Hello, everyone. So I guess I'm going to start with my intro for my lesson for this week. Um, Andrew, Opal, Mitch, Dennis, Katrina, Rita, Wilma, Ike, Sandy, Harvey, Irma. I'm not listing off a class attendance list from decades ago. I'm talking about major hurricanes that have affected the southeastern United States, Mexico, and the Caribbean. This video will go over hurricanes and how and where they form and the effects they have on land masses and populations in their path. So I'm going to be hooking students with this lesson. I want to kind of start off with kind of something that goes along with the names of hurricanes. I intended to go over the topic of hurricanes in my instruction, typically like how and where they form, how they travel, what type of winds and rains are seen in various categories, as well as the damage they cause. My main focus for hurricanes will be the geography of them, since it's more of a social sciences type of class. But because hurricanes are a topic that's both in the science and social science areas of school, especially in middle school, I feel like it'd be a great opportunity to collaborate with another faculty member on this specific topic. So I chose this lesson because of its huge importance and relevance today and in middle school. I remember learning about hurricanes in my classes in middle school, and I think it would be a huge opportunity to study a unit that's not only relevant to a lot of kids, seeing a lot of things on the news. And I think social sciences have a huge opportunity to do that, making sure kids are aware of current events and, talking about it with their parents and just discussing it, with each other. Um, for this, I would probably have some different pictures of hurricane paths and some damages, some statistics, some other information that would probably help them, definitely information they need to know for like a quiz or a test. I'd probably put it in that video and maybe kind of reinforce it the next day. Um, so just kind of be part of that lesson, getting a lot of my instruction out of the way in a video format so I can kind of get to certain other projects that I want to work on for the regular class. Um, my objectives for this lesson would be to have students watch a video of me giving instruction on hurricanes, the geographic aspects of them. Um, so I would kind of refer to another video here. Oh, where is it? Um, so it's another like very short 1 minute video about hurricanes, the specifics. They start in the fall. Um, when warm water reaches 82 degrees, it rises and creates thunderstorms and then can lead to devastation, um, and releases a lot of energy, 500,000 atomic bombs, um, and sort of the different categories, one, two, three, and four. Going over those, I think, is really important. Um, Different scales and different things like that. So some other things that I'd like to do when I'm not going over the video, in my actual class, I would have them do kind of like a lab of sorts, but it'd be more focused on the Atlantic basin, the geographic aspects of hurricanes. I would like give them each a specific hurricane. So I'd give an example. I'd give a student Hurricane Katrina, and they would use this map here, the Atlantic Basin Hurricane Tracking Chart, to kind of map out where it started and where it started as. So I think everybody knows that Hurricane Katrina started out here and kind of made its way really slowly across Florida, and then kind of made really amped up over here in the Gulf Basin and made its way landfall right around New Orleans, between the city of New Orleans and Alabama and kind of this whole area, and just went straight up. So I would have them use colored pencils and make that for themselves, but also I would want them to do research. And I would have a few questions to ask them too as part of a writing exercise, like giving them specific statistics and data about the hurricane, where it made landfall, what sort of damages were caused, what are the economic and political factors involved. So a lot of those implications, I think, of hurricanes are pretty important too, as well as its impact on climate. This is kind of an introduction. I think a future lesson would be kind of going into more of the environmental aspects and how climate change has a big effect on hurricanes and different things like that. So that would be kind of my lesson. Let me know if you guys have any questions about it. There's lots of resources on this topic. This is another one that I found, the anatomy of a hurricane, different things like that. So how it starts and how it progresses, different statistics like that. And I could give them opportunity to pause and write down different data points and whatnot. The different strengths are also focused around here as well, over here above my head. And then also the latitudinal aspects, and kind of this is just kind of a ground zero for a specific hurricane. So there's a lot of other resources on the New York Times, has a lot of on their learning network, especially about Hurricane Sandy because it impacted the New York area and New Jersey as well. So has lots of different information about how they covered it journalistically and the different aspects you can use in your classroom: economics, climate change, political leadership, and then there's some other things. I'll be mainly using this, the Hurricane Center, the National Hurricane Center, the Hurricanes in History. This is where I'll be getting a lot of my information from and kind of pointing students in this direction so they can map out their hurricanes. This one's the Galveston one in 1900. So this is just an example of kind of my lesson. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys had any questions, and I might throw in some current ones too, not just ones from the 90s or the 2000s. So thank you very much.